Hello, friends, and welcome back to Mystery Rift. I'm David Paulides, and for years, this channel has been dedicated to exploring the unexplainable, the deep cuts of the bizarre that pierce the thin veil of our everyday reality. Tonight, we don't just explore a mystery. We revisit a phenomenon that I have personally dedicated decades to cataloging. A terrifying pattern spanning the North American wilderness. This is about the missing 411 and the people who vanish without a trace, often under circumstances that defy all logic and all conventional search and rescue knowledge. The United States National Park System contains over 84 million acres of rugged, preserved land from deserts and forests to massive mountain ranges. It is an impossible area to monitor completely. When you have that much wilderness, people will inevitably get lost. That is a sad but normal occurrence. But what happens when the lost simply disappear? We are not talking about poor preparation or simple disorientation. We are talking about vanishings that leave behind no viable scent trail, no struggle, and often occur to individuals who are physically and mentally capable. The cases we document fall into specific clusters, often involving granite formations, specific bodies of water, or sudden, inexplicable changes in weather or terrain. These are the markers of the 411 phenomenon, consistently ignored by official reports. When search and rescue protocols fail to produce evidence of a lost individual, even after exhaustive efforts, we must consider that the disappearance itself was not a normal event. It may be a targeted removal. This phenomenon is real. The patterns are documented, and the number of these impossible disappearances is accelerating year after year. Let's look first at a case that is often cited in the 411 files for its absolute cleanliness: Joseph Lee Wood Jr., a brilliant editor from New York, a Yale graduate, an Eagle Scout who knew his way around the outdoors. In July of 1999, he drove to Mount Rainier National Park for a brief hike and some bird watching after attending a conference in Seattle. He was not equipped for a serious climb. He had his rental car, a recently purchased windbreaker, a notepad, and binoculars. This was meant to be a short, leisurely afternoon trip, but Joe Wood never came back. The last confirmed witness, a hiker named Bruce Gond, saw Joe at 4 p.m., about 800 feet up the Rampart Ridge Trail. Deep snow still covered sections of the path, creating dangerous, unstable conditions. Joe, an articulate, educated man, chatted calmly about the birds he had seen. He was warned about an unstable snow bridge ahead, a critical danger point on the trail. He assured the hiker he would turn back soon, showing no signs of distress or confusion. They parted ways, and Joe Wood was officially seen for the very last time on this earth. An exhaustive, multi-day search was launched. K-9 units, helicopters, ground crews scouring the creek beds and ravines. Official records confirm thousands of man-hours were spent searching the precise area Joe was headed. But here is the critical, terrifying, missing 411 factor. They found absolutely nothing. No signs of a struggle, no dropped equipment. Despite Joe allegedly having a heart condition that could have caused a sudden fainting spell, the trail ended cold, as if he was lifted directly from the mountainside. If he fell, they should have found him. The mountain yielded zero evidence. Now, let's move to a completely different environment, the Arizona desert, and examine a vanishing that involves a group, which is exceedingly rare. In missing 411 cases, the 1,997 disappearance of Jacob Reynolds, Glenn Lauder, Mitch Adams, and Ryan Stone, 4 young men, all healthy adults, were last seen riding their off-road vehicles at the foot of Estrella Mountain Regional Park, south of Phoenix. They were just out for some fun, a common afternoon activity in the desert. The official investigation was frustratingly inconclusive, complicated by later bone fragments found in the area that could not be positively identified, only adding to the family's torment. The official theory later closed the case, pointing to an animal attack specifically, a 300-pound black bear that had been killed in the area years after the fact. This is an official conclusion that simply defies credulity and common sense. Arizona Fish and Game officials themselves strongly disagreed with this assessment. They highlighted that the chance of a bear killing 4 grown men in a single coordinated attack is astronomical, simply too far-fetched for any logical mind to accept. 4 men, 4 vehicles, and a supposed animal attack with almost no physical evidence to confirm it. This suggests a powerful, unknown force at play, one that the conventional system cannot explain or categorize. And here is where the case takes a turn toward the truly bizarre, entering the deep recesses of the unexplained. At the time of their disappearance in March 1997, the Phoenix area was gripped by another massive phenomenon. There were large numbers of reports from people all around the region that they had seen massive, silent, triangular UFOs in the sky, an event that became globally known as the Phoenix Lights, perhaps the biggest mass sighting in history. This proximity in time has led many, including myself, to catalog this incident alongside others where strange lights or aerial anomalies coincided with a cluster of disappearances. Was this an otherworldly silent removal? The location is right, the timing is perfect, and the absence of forensic evidence is absolute. We've seen the desert and the high mountain snowpack. Now, let's travel to the extreme North Seward, Alaska, and the terrifying Mount Marathon race of 2012. This event is notoriously difficult, involving a grueling scramble up and down 900 vertical feet. Our subject is 5-year-old Paul Michael Latris, a fit and healthy man who was competing for the very first time. He was last seen by a race steward, Tom Walsh, around 5:45 p.m., ascending about 200 feet from the turnaround point. The area was rapidly getting foggy and cold. Michael was wearing black shorts and a black t-shirt, clearly ill-equipped for the sudden drop in temperature and the worsening rain that quickly moved in. Tom Walsh texted race officials that bib number 548 would be home in about an hour. That confident text would become a haunting testament to how quickly and thoroughly a person can disappear in that dense mountain fog. Search teams, including the Alaska Air National Guard with infrared radar, combed the mountain relentlessly. They encountered waterfalls, rock fields, and thick forests. The search was exhaustive, lasting days, involving specialized dogs and high-resolution photography. Yet, no boot print, no torn piece of black fabric, no clue was ever found. It's as if the mountain simply absorbed him. How does a man, highly visible on a popular race route, simply walk off the side of the mountain and vanish from the face of the earth? This absolute lack of evidence on a trail is a classic marker of the missing 411 cluster. His disappearance led to new safety protocols for the race, a tragic acknowledgement that whatever happened, it was a profound failure of the known systems. We returned to the Rocky Mountain National Park in February 2019, and the case of James Pruitt, a 70-year-old, experienced day hiker, last seen leaving his car at the Glacier Gorge parking lot for a brief hike. His vehicle was found, but James was not. The search was launched into 15 square miles of chest-deep snow and dense timber, a brutal, resource-intensive effort. James's disappearance aligns perfectly with the 411 model. An experienced person near a high concentration of granite and water, immediately followed by a debilitating weather event. 2 feet of fresh. Heavy snow fell in the days immediately following James's disappearance. This seals the location and removes any scent or track evidence that might have existed. A person who is merely lost or injured leaves a trail of disturbance. Yet, the result is chillingly familiar. No trace, no sign, nothing to indicate where a 150-pound man could have melted away. Mr. Pruitt was simply swallowed by the snow-laden mountainside, adding another name to the growing, silent list of those taken by the great American wilderness. Next, let's look at a younger man, Tyler Stice, who went missing from Kingman, Arizona, in 2016. This case is disturbing because it contains several highly unusual, almost staged details. Tyler was an introverted college student, not an outdoorsman. Yet, his black Mustang was found at the Deer Canyon Recreation Area in the Wallapai Mountains. In the car, his laptop was missing. But his camera, which his sister confirms he took everywhere, was found inexplicably placed in the trunk. Stranger still, there was a cup of chai tea in the car. A drink his family confirmed he absolutely did not like. The investigation uncovered a shocking detail surveillance video showed Tyler just 2 days before his disappearance, purchasing a .22 caliber rifle and corresponding ammunition. Tyler was not a hunter or a shooting enthusiast. This weapon and his laptop are both missing, while his indispensable camera was left behind. These conflicting, highly specific clues make no logical sense in a normal missing person scenario. The scent trail led K9S through the woods, into a Girl Scout camp, and then abruptly stopped at a main road, suggesting he either got into another vehicle or was met by something unknown, something that negated his scent completely. Finally, let's note Mark Sinclair, who disappeared from Glacier National Park in Montana in 2019. Mark was an experienced environmental advocate, sharp and kind. He left his dog and his keys inside his car at the Logan Pass parking lot, heading toward the Highline Trail. This action strongly indicates he planned on a very short absence, certainly not an overnight trip. Mark was never seen again. The extensive search in the steep, cliff-ridden terrain found nothing. Leaving a beloved pet and keys behind is often a key signature of a 411 case. The victim did not anticipate a long journey or danger. When you analyze these cases together, Joe Wood, the Estrella group, Paul Michael Latris, Tyler Stice, and James Pruitt, the same eerie, unsettling patterns emerge that characterize the missing 411 phenomenon. First, the lack of scent or evidence. The victim vanishes as if they passed through a doorway, leaving no track for search dogs to follow beyond a certain arbitrary point. Second, the selective removal of items. Vital equipment is left behind. While often useless or unrelated items are taken or found in bizarre locations, this defies the logic of someone lost or panicked. Third, the proximity to geological anomalies. Many of these disappearances occur near granite formations, large bodies of water, or areas known for high electromagnetic activity, locations where the laws of nature seem slightly bent. The truth is that these disappearances do not fit the established profiles of lost hikers. The official explanations, animal attack, simple falls are often used to quickly close cases that defy explanation. We are not dealing with mistakes of navigation. We are dealing with an unknown, potent force acting selectively and frequently within our designated wilderness areas. A force that has no known predator. For the families of Jacob, Glenn, Mitch, Ryan, James, Joe, and all the others, the pain remains. The forest is silent, and the answers are nowhere to be found. The goal of Mystery Rift and my work with the missing 411 is to highlight these patterns, to force a conversation about the inexplicable, and to remind people that the wilderness holds secrets far deeper and darker than we realize. Please be careful out there. Be prepared. and always trust your instincts. I'm David Paulides. And until next time, keep looking deeper into the rift